Hello.
Hello.
We are Mrs. Doubtfire. That sounded like to me.
Run by fruiting.
Run by fruiting. We've already gotten ridiculous. 10 seconds in. We haven't even told you what the video is, and we're already ridiculous. We keep talking about the AMC A-List when we go to see movies, and I was just going to tell a little bit about what it is and what we think about it so far, and then we're going to go through the movies we've seen since we started, which was basically at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Our first one was like December 28th.
Yeah, so. Yeah. So basically we started at the beginning of 2019, but yeah.
8 months now.
So I'll put a link in the description. It's called AMC A-List. It's with AMC Theaters, and is it $19.99 a month?
Yes.
Yeah, per person, and it's basically you can have basically unlimited.
3 movies a week.
Yeah, 3 movies a week. Like movie reservations. So you can go to 3 movies a week without having to buy the tickets. You make a reservation online for your seats. And we kind of wanted to get back into going to movies. Is the real reason we did it.
Yeah.
We weren't going to enough movies to justify it at the time, but we wanted to.
Definitely the ones on this list are, if we were paying for them, we wouldn't go to the theater.
There are several that we would not have seen
so
if we were paying for them.
It does get you out to see some that are out of your genre maybe, or ones you wouldn't pick.
Or ones that you wouldn't even care to see in the theater, like you would just rent them later. So yeah, it's been nice. I think I would say it's totally worth the money.
Yeah, I mean, one ticket
is anywhere
like
between
$11, $12 depending on when you go. If you go during
once in a while,
low is $6, $7.
Yeah, once in a while, like on Tuesdays they have cheap movies, so we try to stay away from that.
If you see 2 at the $11 price, you've already paid for it that month. So, and you can see 3 a week. We haven't. I don't know what the most we've seen in a month. I think 5.
I think so.
So we could see a lot more.
Well, and you go through spurts.
And
you just do with movies.
Sometimes there's really a lot of nothing out. We should almost make a day of the week to go to one every week. I mean,
we really should. And we've kind of gotten in the habit of going on Wednesdays because it's very quiet at the theater on Wednesdays. Tuesday is like the cheap movie night.
Yeah, so
it's very quiet on Wednesdays, and I love Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Like an 11 o'clock-ish show on Saturday is really nice because it's quiet. You also get to pick your seats. AMC is like that anyway, but for anybody who goes to other theaters and doesn't know that, you get to pick your seats ahead of time, and they are all red leather recliner seats. That's been like game changer for going to movies for us.
Super comfy.
Yeah, I press the button, you're all kicked back. It's great. And because we are members, and you also get this, I think, if you're a Stubbs member, which is a different AMC club, we get deals on the food too.
Yeah, free refills on the.
And yeah, like if you buy,
you get that anyway.
If you pay for a medium popcorn, you can get a large. Like it's that kind of a deal.
But you get the large combo, you get some money off.
Yeah, it's nice. I would say 100% worth it.
And then Stubbs is where you earn points, and then you get credit and discounts.
Yeah.
So you get like $5 off every so much you spend.
Yep.
We're really informational here.
I know, aren't we super? Well, like I said, I'm gonna put a link
below.
We're not
working for AMC, so.
No, we're not. No, and not an ad, not sponsored, not any of that. This is all we paid for this ourselves, which I know is we don't monetize our channel, but we should just be in the habit because that's a big deal that people say that. That people would make that clear. Oh. We're not getting any kinds of deals or anything. Although AMC, if you see this and want to give us a deal on our A-List, we're all about it. And this video is going to be so amazing that they are going to immediately contact us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so down to it, we kind of decided on like a little movie rating system. This is Lotso down here. If you can see me, I can't. He's very soft. And it's just 1 through 5. So 5 is like one of the best movies you've ever seen. Doesn't have to be the greatest movie ever, but you would watch it over and over. You're definitely gonna own it on DVD. Like, best.
Yeah.
1, I'm gonna kind of jump just to do the contrast. 1, you can't rate it a 0. We're not gonna rate anything 0. 1 is you wish you hadn't gone to see it. It wasn't even worth an A-List reservation, let alone paying for a ticket. Like it was just a bummer.
Yeah.
So then 3, right in the middle, people are going to hate me that I'm doing it this way. 3, right in the middle, is it did its job. It was what you expected it to be. You expected it to be funny, you laughed. You expected it to be sad, you cried. You know, it was entertaining. It did what it was supposed to do. And then 2 and 4 are just the, you know, it was better than average, but it wasn't so good that I would go, ooh, yeah, 5-star.
But a 4, you're probably gonna
watch it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it isn't one that, like, you're gonna recommend to every single person.
I would say a 5 is more the ones that are like it, not to be all, you know, touches in you inside or whatever. You know what I mean? Not to be all like, yeah, yeah, right. But I mean, it like you relate to it,
yes.
or it's one of those that is like in your soul or whatever. I don't know. That's not a good way to say
yeah,
it.
well,
you know what I mean?
Yes, like, yeah. I mean,
for me, Star Wars, like that's
yes, it's
that's
like
seeped out into the rest of my world with buying.
Well, for
toys
sure,
and things
like one that makes you want to go buy the T-shirts and the stuff, and it makes you want to immediately tell everybody you know that
5
hey, you've
like
got to see this and
on your top 100 list or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
4, I would say, is good.
Rewatchable. Probably
you
would
own it, but not.
It didn't hit a 5.
Right. Yeah.
And then 2 would be the same way. 2 would be it did not meet your expectations, but it was good enough that, I mean, if pressed, you could deal with watching it again if you had to. You know, you wouldn't say to somebody who was going to go see it, ugh, don't waste your money. Like, it wouldn't be that bad. It would just be
very technical.
It's so ridiculous. Anyway, just to simplify things, 1 through 5. 1 sucks, 5 awesome.
Now let's go through the movies quick. This is what we've seen so far in A-List.
This is what we've seen so far in A-List, yes.
Aquaman.
Aquaman was good. Aquaman was a solid 4 for me.
I would say that was a 4 too. It was pretty good. It was one of the better DC movies.
Yeah, and DC.
I hadn't liked the DC movies up until recently. I thought Wonder Woman was good.
It was good.
And Aquaman, probably the 2 better ones. The other ones were struggling.
And I didn't think I would like Aquaman because I don't like when they go away from the, like, Aquaman is a California surfer dude with blonde hair in the comics and everything. He's not in the movie at all.
He's tough.
Yeah, but he works. He worked as Aquaman, I thought.
Good.
I mean, I don't remember the specifics enough to give you a big detailed thing, and that's not what this is about. But I would say it's definitely a 4.
Second act was the next one.
Second act was
with Jennifer Lopez,
Leah Remini.
She's trying to get a new job and
it's a comedy.
Whatever.
It's a comedy. We won't spoil anything for people who haven't seen it, but I would give that one a 3.
I would too.
It was exactly what I thought it would be.
It was good for that genre. It was entertaining, funny.
It was funnier than I thought it would be, actually. Yeah. It's one we absolutely would never have gone to pay for to see.
Yeah, that's true.
We would never have bought tickets to see this. We're not huge comedy people, like that type of comedy anyway, but yeah, it was good. It was entertaining.
Escape Room. I'd probably give that one a 3 also. I kind of like that genre, I don't know, what do you call it? Light horror, maybe?
Yeah, I love horror, period. Like, I love anything in the horror movie,
but
genres, but
horror, not
blood and guts.
Dark.
And it's also not blood and guts and stuff. I mean, a little bit, but not.
I mean, I thought it was good for what it was.
I did too.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was a 3.
It was predictable and whatever, but that's a fun one to see.
Horror movies are usually predictable. Yeah, it was a 3.
This is one that you liked more than I think you thought you were. Bumblebee.
I loved Bumblebee. Bumblebee gets a solid 4, almost creeping into a 5 for me.
Ooh.
And I've never seen a Transformer movie.
Yeah.
Never.
I gave Bumblebee a 4 too. It was really good. Probably the best Transformer movie.
Yeah, and I'd like to see the other ones.
It had an '80s vibe, which of course I liked, and it was more of a story.
Yeah.
More of a
and for
growing
me,
up with the girl, and
for me, who's not into the whole Transformers story, and I guess being a girl, but he was cute and super funny, and like you want to hug him.
Yeah.
During parts of the movie. So yeah, it was.
It made him very
likable.
Really likable.
Yeah. That was a solid 4 for
we
me.
would recommend that one. Replicas. That was a Keanu Reeves sci-fi.
It was weird.
That was probably 2.
I would say a 2.
It had a decent idea, but it was
like the gist of it.
It was probably, if it wasn't starring Keanu Reeves, it would have been a sci-fi movie.
Yes.
A TV
sci-fi movie, yeah. I mean,
sci-fi.
Sci-fi, yeah, SYFY. The basic, like, the gist of it, what you would know by looking up the movie is he's, like, recreating his family. He lost his family, and he's recreating them. I'm not going to get into the details of how, because, again, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but I don't know, you're going to go run and see it based on this.
I'm not someone who, like, pokes holes and plots and things. I just take movies for what they are. But this one, I could see people poking a lot of holes in this one.
Lots of holes, yeah.
And
it wasn't even, there were parts of it that were entertaining, that were interesting, but not enough to hold my attention. And I'm kind of a giant nerd when it comes to sci-fi stuff. I like I mean, I watched Farscape. I loved it. He can hardly get through like 3 episodes to watch it with me. I love it. This was, it was a 2.
Serenity. Do you remember that one?
Yes, and
Matthew McConaughey.
Serenity gets a 1 for me.
A 1. I would say a 2, because for half of it, I was entertained. It was good.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't like the payoff.
Yeah.
And the whole
The payoff is why I give it a 1.
Yeah.
And again, without being spoilery or whatever, but yeah. I would say don't bother. Don't bother with Serenity.
Yeah, it's very different. And
it's Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway.
It's like it's one that seems like it's trying to be more than a movie or make a statement or something.
But you can't really ever figure out what it is, and it doesn't really make the statement it's trying to make.
I was entertained for half of it before. Like, if it would have been just the story without the other side of it,
then it might have gotten a 2 for me, but nope, it gets a 1.
Cold Pursuit.
I loved Cold Pursuit.
That was
Cold
Liam
Pursuit,
Neeson.
Yep. He lives in this
house. The setting is a big plus for me.
Yeah,
it's snowy, cold.
I don't remember where it is.
It's Colorado, I think.
I think it's Colorado, and it's basically he lives up in it's in snow during the course of the movie, but his job basically is to clear a path with a giant snowplow so people can get back and forth from the town where he lives, and he has to do it like every day because there's that much snow. That's his job. That's what drew us to it, because we like that. But there's a whole
black comedy kind of.
It is a black comedy. Yep.
I would say 3 for me.
I would give that a 3 also.
It did what it did.
Yeah, because
it was entertaining.
There's a murder and a mystery and a little bit of a revenge plot going on.
I can see if you're not into that dark comedy that it wouldn't be for you.
It's dark. It's dark.
I mean, it's quirky.
It's dark too, but
quirky kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not usually into that though. I don't usually care for that, but it was really well done, and I mean I like him anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely a 3.
Happy Death Day to You.
Okay, so again, I'm the horror movie person here, and I loved Happy Death Day. Like, Happy Death Day probably would have gotten a 4 from me. This one gets a 3. It was a total campy horror movie.
And not as good as the first one.
And not as good as the first one. But it
had its moments.
Yeah.
But
and Happy Death Day, if you haven't seen the first one, it's this girl is reliving the same day over and over again, and she gets killed. Oh. And she has to figure out who's killing her. So
and I like the first one, and I'd watch the first one again.
I would too.
But
I don't need to watch this one again.
It was too much again, and then they had to twist it, of course, but
They
it
went
wasn't
too far.
as good.
They went too far.
Greta.
Greta! Again, horror movie. This is like crazy old lady takes women's purses so that they'll come to find them at her house and then befriends them and then is crazy. Is that telling enough without giving too much away? I think I would give that I wish I could give halves. If I could give halves, I'd give it a 3.5. Otherwise, I'd give it a 3.
I give it 3.
It was very entertaining.
It was good for that type. I don't know if I'd watch it again.
I don't either, because there was some suspense, but the minute you know it, it's not that kind of, sometimes there's a thriller movie and you know exactly what's coming, but you still have your heart pounding and you're still like, oh, what's going to happen? Even though you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be like that. Once you know what's going to happen.
I mean, it's creepy. It is a psychological creepy.
It is, yeah.
So I think that might be all creepy, but
that's true.
It wasn't like, it's not one that is enjoyable. It's hard to compare.
It is really hard to compare.
Like Silence of the Lambs is not all fun. It's very dark. It's not fun, whatever. But it's done so well, and like you like the characters. And obviously Hannibal Lecter. I mean, that's kind of a stretch. That's a great one. But like you want to see that again.
Yeah.
Like this one, I don't know. You know the story and it's good. And,
once you find out,
done with it.
Yeah. Once you find out how it ends, you're good.
You don't want to watch her again, or
no. But if you like suspense or thriller type movies,
it's a good one to watch.
I would see it. It was very good.
Captain Marvel.
Marvel movies are always high up for us. We love Marvel movies. And full disclosure here, and I shouldn't say this because if I have any women who are going to comment, I don't know, I'm going to get hate or something. Don't hate me. I was going into it with super low expectations because I was assuming this was going to be the token woman movie where all men were going to get called idiots and stupid and ridiculous and they couldn't possibly do anything without a woman. And I feel like I need to explain myself now that I said that, but not like I am a woman, so not like I don't want there to be strong women in movies. I like that. I just think sometimes the political side of things makes things go way too far. This did not do that for me at all.
No.
This gets... most of the Marvel movies are approaching the 5s for me. This is a 4.
I would say 4 too. It's good. I'll watch it again, but it's not...
It's not my favorite of the Marvel movies.
No.
But it was very, very good. It was much better than I was expecting. And I like her. I like the actress who plays...
Yeah, it was a good story and everything.
I can't think of her name.
Brie.
Oh,
her real name? Isn't it Brie Larson or something like that?
The actress?
Yeah.
I think so. I'll put that. I'll put that
Carol
down here.
Danvers is the...
Carol Danvers is the character. Yeah, I like her. She's good. It lived up to a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It was very, very good.
Dumbo
should be a 5 for me. Because I love Dumbo. I love the character. I love the old classic movie. It's so good. This was a 3 for me.
3? That low?
Huh? For one thing, and this isn't even really... It's not like this is Disney's fault or anything. It's just, you can't do the classic Dumbo live action version today and have it be for kids.
Oh.
There was pink elephants, drunk, and
Oh.
there were aspects of it, and a very racist scene with crows. I mean, there were some things that couldn't be done the same today, because today they would be more problematic than they were.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the exact same story, but I liked the story.
I thought, yeah.
Dumbo himself, the elephant himself, a 5 and beyond. He was
good.
Adorable. His eyes were so expressive. It was fantastic. Everything else got a 3 for me.
I would say 3 also. I thought it was well done, and the story was good. For me, I'm not huge on the original Dumbo. I don't know, mainly because I don't like to watch a lot of sad things.
he struggles
I like
with he struggles with Disney movies in general.
Yeah, I
because
like
they really
to go.
like to get you crying
I like
first.
to go and enjoy the movies, not to be sad
Yeah.
and cry. And so this was a little dark too, and there's sadness being taken away from mom and all that. So it's not one that I probably would like to watch again just because of that. I thought it was well done, and it was a pretty good story. The look of it was really good.
That's
so
true.
That
yeah,
part of it was
and
good.
it was real. It's
just
it
not
looked
for
realistic.
me. Like if I really enjoyed that type, then I could rate it higher. But for me personally, they're not my favorite. That type
And we can't
story.
say that owning it has anything to do with it with Disney movies because we will own all of the Disney movies.
Yeah.
But
And then the next one's a small little art house one that some of you may have seen. Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame is a 5. For me, it's a 5.
There you go. I'd say 4. There were some things that I wish were a little different. It was a good. It's hard to end the 10-year run with, and that one movie is gonna be,
Yeah.
And the original one was a lot funnier and
Yeah.
lighter.
And we want to be super careful
but you
here to not
can't-
spoil anything because it is technically even still in theaters.
Yeah.
And maybe. But I had some big problems with a couple of things the first time we saw it, but I've worked them out now
Yeah.
in my head satisfactorily for my own
But
mind.
overall, it was still good.
But for me-
but I like the original one better still.
And
So
my personal opinion is this is the best movie that Marvel's put out since they started the Avengers movies. For me personally,
so no 5s in the
So-
Marvel. Oh, you get a 5, you said.
this is a 5.
5.
Yep, this is a 5. There are several 5s in the Marvel universe. But this is a 5 for me.
Ah.
Like, we saw it twice in the theater.
Yeah.
Twice? Yeah. I could have easily seen it again a couple more times. I can't wait for us to get the DVD. Because I want to watch it again. It was
it's
exhausting
definitely good.
because
Yeah,
you go
it
through
is.
every emotion you've ever felt you will feel
Yeah.
during this movie. Super happy, super sad, excited, scared, all of it. So it's very draining and it's long. It's a long movie, but I loved it.
Shazam.
Shazam!
Another superhero.
Forgot about that.
I give that one a 4 also.
Yeah, I'd give that a 4.
I like that one a lot. It was
That's
funny.
Zachary Levi
Yeah.
from Chuck, if you watch the TV show, or Flynn Rider. Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
A little bit cheesier superhero movie. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of your everyman superhero guy,
But it
but
was really funny. and
yeah, it was super funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
like
that.
that one.
Yep.
Penguins. That was, Disney Nature.
Steve,
the penguin.
it was a documentary.
That was really good.
That's a 5.
5?
That's a 5 for me.
I'd say 4.
Documentaries in general get 5s for me. Animal documentaries, I could watch animals documentaries
All
for
over, all
ages,
time.
like even the animals that aren't necessarily my favorites.
It was really well done.
Oh, and
it was a good
they
story
gave,
and everything.
because they made up a story for Steve the
Yeah.
penguin and his like wife and their kids. But it was they did such a good job of timing what the penguins were doing with what they were saying. Like you fully believed you were inside of Steve's mind.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. For most people, it probably would be a 4. It's a 5 for me because I could watch those documentaries.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, it was cool. Us. Horror
Us.
movie.
I wanted this to be a 4 or a 5 for me so bad because it just looked so like deliciously creepy in the previews. It was maybe a 3 for me.
Ooh, that low.
It was a 3 hanging on by a thread trying not to fall into the 2s.
I'd probably give it a 3 also. Why didn't you? Why the end of it? Or
Yeah, so it started here. So again, to not give it away but tell you a little bit of the story. This family is in their house and there's all of a sudden people standing outside. And they're in their vacation house. And the people show up inside the house and they realize it's them. Like they look exactly the same. What that all means and who those actually are, I won't tell you. But so everybody basically has a doppelganger.
Yeah.
And the doppelgangers are trying to kill the real people. So there were some super creepy
It was
moments.
really creepy, yeah.
And the actors were phenomenal. The woman, again, I'm not good with the names, but I'll put it down here. The main woman, the mom, she was amazing because she was terrifying as the other version of herself. But the story just spiraled. It started out as, ooh, really interesting premise, and ooh, I wonder who these are, and oh, super creepy, and then it just started to get kind of ridiculous.
I didn't like the final twist.
No, I didn't either.
I didn't like how they did that.
No.
But I'd say 3, it creeped me out.
It did,
and that's what it was for.
That's true. It did creep me out. Yep.
And probably 1, I don't think I'd watch it again.
Nope. I wouldn't either. But I probably would, to somebody who likes those kind of movies, I probably would say, yeah, go see it.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
The Intruder.
Ooh, I liked The Intruder.
I did too.
The Intruder gets a 4.
I'd say a 4. Because that's another light horror.
Mm-hmm.
But that would have been enjoyable enough to watch again.
It's
because
Dennis Quaid,
is
who,
really good.
First of all, come on. Dennis Quaid is like the nice man that lives next door.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that like the persona he puts off?
Yeah.
Not in this movie.
He did a good job, and
it
was a good setting.
Yeah, and the premise of this one is he's selling his house to this young couple that are moving in, and he's not ready to let go of the house.
It's very, very predictable, very...
Yes.
The story is run-of-the-mill, but the actors make it
They were
better,
good, and they don't
setting
drag things out.
Yeah, I like that about it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't...
It was, but it gets a 4 for me because I could easily watch it again.
Yeah,
the setting was great, and I could easily watch it again.
Aladdin, another
Disney remake. This is the year of the Disney remakes. So Aladdin has never been my favorite Disney movie. I like it.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's one of his favorites. So,
but that's Robin Williams.
It's Robin Williams, yeah. So, and again, he liked Robin Williams way more than I did. No, nothing. I didn't dislike him. It's just that type of comedy that he typically did wasn't really as much for me. But he was fantastic as the genie. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But I think because it's high for me, but it's not like favorites high for me, the original. So this one, I really enjoyed it. I thought they did a good job. It was colorful and bright, and the actors were all good. Actors and actresses were all good, and I thought Will Smith did a commendable job as
he
a
was
genie.
good.
It was a super tough
I
thing
feel
for him
like
to step into.
He was good, and it would have been great if you're not comparing it to Robin Williams.
Yeah.
If he did it was a standalone, it would be no one would think anything else but Will Smith is good.
Yep. And even the original song that they put in, they put it in there twice, and the second time seemed weird and forced and like it didn't belong.
Yeah.
But the song itself was good.
I'd still give it a 4.
Yep, I'd give it a 4.
Because I'll watch it again. And
for sure.
The one part that was kind of wowed me was the big entrance into the... What's the Alibaba thing?
Yeah, Prince Ali, when he's coming in. That was really, really good.
That was a good scene.
The most disappointing part for me was Jafar.
Yeah, he wasn't
He was a
mean.
piddly bad guy.
Yeah.
He was not the Jafar from the cartoon. But yeah, it was a 4.
John Wick Chapter 3.
John Wick. If you've never seen any of the John Wick movies, they're a trip.
This was coming out. We had to hurry up, and we bought the first 2 just to see them because I'd heard good things about them, and it's kind of one that I would have liked. A shoot 'em up.
And it is, wow.
It is a
shoot 'em up. Like it is, somebody has a gun and they're shooting, and that's the whole movie.
That's it, yeah.
Which normally, I hate that.
There's basically like this much story.
Yep.
And the rest is just action.
So I don't know what it was for me about all 3 of them. I feel about the same about all 3 of them. Maybe it was Keanu Reeves, I don't know, but I really liked them.
Yeah,
this is the only time I can remember that I've ever liked a movie that was literally just people shooting.
Yeah. The stunts were pretty cool, and the choreography really well done.
Yep.
So it's a 4 for me.
Yep, it's a 4 for me too, and I would say that for all 3 of them, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
I thought they were all pretty much equally good.
They were good. They were all good.
Did you see the second one?
Yeah. We watched it after.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like that one.
Yep.
I mean, it's just pretty much shoot, shoot, shoot. That's about it. Mm-hmm. But it's entertaining.
Good. Very good. Yep.
Oh, Brightburn.
Ooh. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
It had a potential to be much better.
But it was good.
It was good.
It's the Superman story dark, basically.
Yeah.
It's the Superman story as it's not. I mean, it's not Clark Kent, but it's basically the idea is the same story.
If a kid had powers.
Yeah, kid drops from the sky, grows up on a farm, but ends up choosing the bad path instead of the good path. And it was creepy. It helped that the night we saw it, the power went out in the theater,
Yeah.
so right in the middle of a creepy scene, the whole theater just went dark.
This is one I'd probably give a half to. Like, it's a solid 3.
And maybe a half,
maybe almost a 4.
Yep.
I don't know if I'll watch it for sure again, but
I think I feel the same way.
I liked it.
Yep.
It was a good. It could have been better, but it was pretty well done, and it was kind of creepy.
It was very creepy. Yeah. It was good.
Yeah. Now we're getting to the more recent ones. Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4. I know there are varying opinions on this. I absolutely loved it.
I don't know who doesn't like it.
Toy Story, well, people have issues, but
Oh, yeah.
particularly people who I think were kids when the original Toy Story movies came out.
Yeah.
I had already graduated from high school when the first Toy Story came out, or was just about to. So it has a different meaning for me. I love the Toy Story movies.
Yeah.
I actually really love 3, where I know a lot of people can take or leave that one, but Lotso's the best. I was positive I was going to hate Forky's guts from the previews. Forky is hysterical.
He's pretty good.
He's so good.
Way better than I thought.
Toy Story gets a... Toy Story 4 gets a 4 for me.
I get a 4.
But I'm reluctant to not give it a 5. So that's one, too, where I wish we could do halves.
I would say it doesn't
4
quite,
plus.
like, touch my inner soul. I don't know what am I looking for? What's the word?
Does
I'm looking
Lotso
for?
touch your inner soul?
Yeah. But it's a 4. It's a solid 4.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's so good.
I'll watch it. I'm sure we'll watch it plenty.
I mean, the
times.
Toy Story the whole Toy
Yeah, they're
Story
all
franchise is just
entertaining.
fantastic. But yeah, really, really liked that one.
I like to hold a 5 for very special.
He's a little more stingy with his 5s than I am, but I'm pretty stingy too. We got to be getting close.
What about this one? The Lion King.
The Lion King's a 5.
5.
And I know people don't agree with me on that. I know people struggle with some things, but that ended, and I looked over and I was like, that was exactly what I wanted it to be. I have been terrified for this movie to come out since the minute Disney announced it. Because, I mean, lions, hello, you've seen, we've got lions everywhere in here.
We're partial to lions.
Yeah, and The Lion King, well, again, I was in high school when it came out, and we went and saw it, but it wasn't like, oh, my special nostalgic. I've grown to love it more and more recently.
I mean, it's beautiful.
For
one thing. It looks amazing.
It looks, at the very beginning, there is this mouse running around. And if you didn't know what you were watching, no way would you not know that this was... Like, no way would you know for sure this was a movie and not a documentary.
Yeah.
And one of the complaints people had was
amazing.
that it wasn't... You couldn't see their feelings or whatever because they don't make facial expressions, because animals they don't like smirk and smile and stuff. If you're an animal lover, that didn't matter. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to tell me that people who have dogs don't know when their dog is sad, can't say, oh, look at he's sad. Then you know. I think that applied more to people who aren't hardcore animal lovers, like really know animals. But it was, I mean, this is a little bit gross, but the first thing I noticed was Mufasa was standing up on Pride Rock, and you could see even like the veins like along his stomach where like his muscles, and you could see a vein, and I just thought the detail that you would even think of that to make him so realistic.
It's amazing looking, that's for sure.
I
thought it was good too. The only thing I wish Jeremy Irons could have been in it.
Yeah.
Because that's an iconic voice. And
Scar was
James Earl Jones was great.
Yeah, he's James Earl Jones. Yeah. Come on, he's great. Yeah, they should have brought Jeremy Irons back because Scar, nothing against the guy who played him. He had a good
I think it's kind of like Will
voice,
Smith.
But it is.
Like it was a good Good portrayal. Not compared to Jeremy Irons.
No.
And he wasn't as sinister.
He was very different. So I feel
Yeah.
different about this than I did about Jafar in Aladdin, though. I still felt like he was a very good, like, bad guy, but Scar in the original, there's a little bit of charming to him.
Yeah.
Where you almost kind of want to like him, even though you don't. Scar in the live action, I hated him from the first second.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait until that last scene because no. So, and I mean, they did a really good job with that lion too. I mean, he looked like a beat up old lion. So, I wasn't super thrilled with Beyonce and Donald Glover. None of the other voices bothered me. They were great when they were singing.
I didn't even really recognize Beyonce, to tell you the truth.
Nah.
Like,
yeah, they weren't as good as
voice
actors as they were when they were singing. They were good when they were singing, but that's really neither here nor there for my review because it still gets a 5.
Yeah.
None of that was enough to ruin the movie.
I gave it a 4, but it was good.
Yeah, this is one I will watch all the time. Like, the fact that we haven't gone back to the theater to see it again is solely due to our schedule and me not feeling like going to see a movie.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like, I can't wait to own it.
Yet another Disney one. Well, actually, this is kind of Disney and Sony. Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Mm-hmm. Now, I
liked it. I didn't care for the villain or the villain's
Mysterio.
Yeah, Mysterio, or I guess his what do you call it? Not his talent. His powers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I guess I didn't care for that much, so
no.
I'd say a 3 maybe. It was good overall, funny.
I'm not as big a fan of the Spider-Man story in general as most people. Peter Parker?
Yeah. No, what's his name?
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland, yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
He's my favorite of the Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think
the
so.
The Spider-Man actors so far.
Spider-Man.
And I was talking with one of my coworkers about it just yesterday. He's a kid.
Yeah.
He's an actual kid. Spider-Man. Peter Parker is a kid. So the other actors were not. They weren't quite young enough. But yeah, he does a really good job, and it's good. It gets a 4 for me, only because I liked the rest of the story, the non-superhero-y part of the story so much. And the girl who plays MJ in this iteration, she is really, really good. She's got one name.
Oh, the actress?
Zendaya or something.
Oh.
I think it's Zendaya. If I'm wrong, I'll put it in here. Good. Super talented. The part about the actual high school kids, that part of the story. I like
that better, yeah.
Yeah. I really like that.
I could watch it again without the bad guy.
It's the way I felt about the Superman movie.
Oh. Man of Steel?
Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I don't need to see
could cut off the
an
last
hour and a half of Superman and the bad guy throwing each other around, which is literally what it was.
That's all they did.
They literally, I'm going to throw you, and then you're going to throw me, and that's all. It was too much. See how many
buildings we can wreck.
But I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the telling of his story and all of that stuff at the beginning. So it was along the lines of that. But it gets a 4 for me because the rest of the story was good enough. Is that it?
No, one more. Did I say what I gave it? I think a 3.
You gave it a 3. Yep.
Crawl.
Oh, Crawl! We just saw that.
I would say 3 for that too.
It gets a 4 for me.
4?
Mm-hmm. I love a good creature feature.
Too.
He does too. There wasn't a lot of creature features are usually pretty over the top. I mean, come on, they're over the top, and there was plenty of over the top in this, but it wasn't to that
next level. No.
Yeah, to that Adam
it wasn't
level. It wasn't Sharknado. No. I really, really liked it, and it had me. It wasn't super predictable for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I
enjoyed it and I liked it, but it's not like a fond like. I would say Lake Placid for an alligator. I like that a little better.
Lake Placid is really good.
That's a little more. But I liked Crawl.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
It did what it's supposed to do. And
it gets a 4 for me. But scary movies are going to
creature features are always a little higher overall,
Mm-hmm.
but
So really,
close to a 4.
It's close to a 4, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4 for me. Yeah, so if you go through that list, if we were to go all the way back, I'm not going to go through all of them again, but I had a 1 and we had a couple of 2s. The overwhelming majority of these were 3s and 4s. There were a couple. I had a couple of 5s. You didn't have any 5s, but
We need to pick some out of our comfort zone, maybe.
I think that should be our goal for the second half of the year. So we'll do another one of these at the end of the year, and do like a final. Was this worth having for a 12-year or a 12-month
like
period?
the last Skywalker.
Huh?
Like the last Skywalker.
Yeah, that's way out of our comfort zone.
Yeah. Or Frozen 2.
Come on. No, we really should just go see some movies that just sound like something that we would never want to see.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity,
See how they
because yeah. So we'll try to do a little bit more of that, so that the next set of reviews is a little different. But first half, we say still worth it. We're
Yeah.
gonna keep going. It's worth it right now. AMC A-List. So check out the link in my description. Again, no affiliates, no ads, no nothing. They don't care if you tell them you know us. Just go sign up if you're interested and you have AMC theaters in your area. There's an AMC
movie talk with
movie talk with the Boringtons.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Dumb and Dumber.
FYI, there's
Bert
an
and
AMC theater.
Near
Bert
you.
and Ernie. Who am I?
I don't know.
Who do I have to be in the Bert and Ernie scenario?
Oh, I can't say Siskel and Ebert either.
No, that's mean.
Yeah, that's me.
I mean, I'm Ernie,
What?
clearly, because I'm the round one, but... Okay. What I was going to say was, there's an AMC theater at Disney Springs.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Why were you saying that? Just because
Because we talk about Disney.
yeah.
If you're watching our channel and you don't like Disney, you're probably bored a good percentage of the time.
Yeah.
You're probably bored a good percentage of the time anyway. But, all right, it's time to end this.
Bye.
Bye.